Hello. How's everybody doing? It's your boy Astro. As you know, just here trying to get online so y'all could be able to hear what I gotta say. And okay, because this is crazy. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody doing all right. It's your boy Astro. I was just trying to get this really, really down pack. As you know, this is a lot. It's a lot to have to do. YouTube channels and all these other stuff. But it's even more crazy when you got to do audio onto this thing. All right, it is almost virtually impossible. It's almost virtually impossible to be able to see or hear anything that's going on. Now, today is the day that we actually launch our very first video. Okay, our very first video. I'm just trying to make sure we get all our I's and T's started. Let me go live on YouTube. Save and live. Mhm. Copy. Done. Setup. Done. Oh, my volume is super low. All right. How about now? Can you hear me better now? I'm sure you can hear me better now. All right. Just so y'all know, this was not easy. This is probably one of the hardest things to ever have to be able to do. All right. Yeah. This this was not the easiest thing ever. Not at all. All right. Say just a tad. Jeez. What the hell is going on here? I got it to the highest. You should be able to hear me because this is really, literally very, very loud where I'm at. Okay. It is loud. So I don't know why you can't hear me, but I'm here. Okay. I want to thank y'all for being here, for the patience. We took a little while because we were just trying to figure out some stuff. It wasn't the easiest thing to do, but we are definitely here tonight. Uh, Before we get into anything, I want you to understand that the people that are about you're about to see in the videos that you're about to experience or see or take part in was a collaboration, not just by myself, but by everybody that you're going to be introduced to. Every one of them, I would say, have the ability to possibly do this on their own. However, they've graced me with I would say, the ability to lead this particular thing. Now it's been a sort of a problem trying to get the Zoom to be seen and shown like how we want it because y'all know exactly how it is. These things take time. All right. And I've been trying for the longest to figure out how I was going to be able to do this because it's not easy. Definitely is not. And I would say that they're a little tad bit nervous, but I know that you guys are very loving, very kind, very considerate, very passionate, compassionate people. So this should be nothing that they should worry about, right? Nothing at all. And because we're directly connected to, sorry, we're directly connected to the Zoom, it's a little bit different, okay? Capture method and up. All right, there you go. Excellent. All right. Mhm. So, without further ado, I want to say that this is by far my favorite experience with the people who you're about to meet. That's right. Oh, everybody on this panel except for me. Okay, so when you look at the middle one, that's me. That's the triple video if you're looking at it. I tell you guys, I'm still trying to get it together. I'm still trying to get it together. All right. Well, we're doing our best to make sure that everything is okay. Make sure you can be seen. I want you guys to be able to see everything. So let's get at it. Okay. Now the video that you're about to see is a little different. Something which you probably never seen before. And that's because this has never been done before. This is something that's completely unique to everybody and everyone. And every person that you see on this camera right now are very much gifted. And you're going to get a chance to know exactly who they are. Before we get into the case, okay? Now, I do have a video that needs to be seen so you guys can actually know um, what I'm talking about, okay? All right, so just give me a second. I got you. We're going to be right onto it. All right, just 1 second. I tell y'all, I'm trying. This is not the easiest thing in the world, but we got this. Media source, blah, blah, blah. Application. All right, so I want you guys to take in mind that this video you're gonna be seeing is sort of an introduction to the case tonight. And please, y'all, be a little kind. Everybody here is not necessarily, you know, the boldest. And that is given because most people who are very talented in these skills are more introverted than extroverted. Okay? They're more introverted than extroverted. And I know you guys have been always loving, kind, and compassionate. I'm just trying to get the display camera so you can be able to see what I'm looking at. Like that. It's gonna be better next time for sure. Okay. And here we go. Let me know if you can hear it. No. Give me a second. We're gonna get it together. Mm-hmm. Let me go to the test. Crazy. Y'all having patience with me just the same way as my team. My team was like, Astro, this is a lot. This is a lot. All right. Here goes. Still. Woosah. Woosah. Just put my audio. And desktop. Virtual line. VB. So y'all could be able to hear it. VB. One. And okay. Apply. And tell me if y'all can hear it.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey, I made it.
Everybody can hear you guys. Say hello, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
Hello.
Hey, y'all.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey, thank you for joining us.
Yes,
Hi.
I'm glad to be here on time.
Oh, you was on time. Trust me. You're more on time than you actually even know.
Okay.
It's just the fact that we're trying to get this on point, close up a doc. It's just the fact that we, you know, are trying to get the sound from the virtual, from the video, audio, to what we're looking at. So I'm more so a tech savvy guy, but today it just seemed as if it's just different today. Today is like, what the hell's going on here? Um, on the inner, they might not be able to hear it, but we will be able to hear it. The desktop. I'm gonna give both. I'm also gonna give this so I could be able to hear it as well. And let me apply. All right. Let me play, and let's go from there. Let's see. It still doesn't have a sound. God damn it. All right. We gonna get it together. Let's just not. Let's not get our muscles. Anyway, this case that we're dealing with is the case of Elijah Farrell. All right, Elijah Farrell. He was a part of a double, we consider murder. Can't believe this is not showing. So this is a part one to what we got to show you guys. It just settings. Ah, who would have thought? Who would have thought? Okay, this is the audio.
It's been some trials with these videos and stuff, so just bear with us, guys. We apologize for the wait, but it's gonna be worth it. Once we get all of it getting,
Mm-hmm.
it'll be worth it.
Most definitely. Let's see. So we're gonna share the screen. We're gonna share the sound. We're gonna optimize the video, and I'm going to get to the video right here. So we're gonna share from Zoom, the Zoom video, so y'all can be able to hear it. And I'm also gonna have to change the video, the audio, so they can hear y'all from me. It's been a trouble, y'all, but I know we got it together. We definitely got it together. This has been something. Real speaker, and then the microphone. Yeah, they won't be able to hear that. I definitely don't want to give up either, so. Share the screen. Audio. Maybe I messed up the audio settings. I think that's what it is. Let me just make sure I change the audio settings so everybody can hear it. All right, let's go. Finally. In the shadow alleys of faith, where karma loops like a serpent biting its own tail, the universe has opened a case file that demands a second look. This time, to the eyes. All right, we finally got it, y'all. Damn it. Oh. Lord of mercy, is about time. It's gonna be worth it, y'all. Just bear with me. All right. And let's go. In the shadow alleys of faith, where karma loops like a serpent biting its own tail, the universe has opened a case file that demands a second look. This time, to the eyes of the Astro crime.
Junior going crazy. When the case cracked, who you gonna call? Astro crime unit, but you never install. Investigating through astrological facts. You'll be this, you got your back. Psychologically breaking down all the elements. Records looking to the stars for intelligence. We got a team, we're puffing out our chest. We giving facts, we ain't settling for less. And you can feel my own closure. Cause every day the conclusion getting closer. Getting closer, how it's supposed to. That's why you need to crime unit. Astro crime unit. Unsolved murder case, we'll go with it. You just wanna please your case, you don't say we'll hide your face. You just wanna make your day and we'll do it. Astro, crime unit. Unsolved murder case, we'll go with it. You just wanna please your case.
Sarah's death was written off as a tragic accident, an unintentional shooting at a house party. The alleged shooter, her friend, 21-year-old Elijah Day Farral. But the deeper we look, the more we realize nothing about that night was accidental. Especially not Sarah. Especially not Day. The district attorney at the time, nicknamed D.A., known for political circles for his whiskey-soaked charm and courtroom theatrics, was hell-bent on escalating the charge from manslaughter to murder. He allegedly harassed the investigating officer to make it stick, but the evidence, thin, shaky, contradictory, won't hold. Farrell walked. The case went cold. DA went rogue. On October 3rd, 2023, Brigson Road at 10th Street, the victim, Elijah Day Farrell, aged 23, was gunned down. A drive-by. It is alleged that 5 suspects were arrested. No motive, at least, not one they were willing to speak on. But energy leaves traces even when bullets don't. And this killing wasn't random. This wasn't about gang beef. This had intention. This had history. Here's where it gets cosmic. JB, nicknamed the jealous boyfriend by locals, is Sarah's former flame. Allegedly close to Day, but grief warps love. Betrayal sharpens silence. When the DA, newly released from a short prison stint for abuse of power, starts talking again, the smoke of both murders become harder to ignore. DA had motive. JB had rage. And Day had secrets. Now the stars are aligning over a constellation of lies. Sarah's death wasn't just a tragic party mishap. It may have been the fuse, Day-Day's execution, the fallout, JB's silence, suspicious, the DA's obsession, dangerous, the Astro crime. Of course. Well, as you can see, that is the introduction. That introduction into these people that you're going to be seeing right now is a little different. Like I said, the cameras are just terrible. This is just crazy. If you guys can hear me, then I appreciate you guys even watching right now. Let me just stop the share. And so there you go. All right. Now I want to introduce you guys to everybody that's in this panel. We're going to start with 1 or 2 persons. And the first person that we're going to be introducing is our one and only Baby D. Now, Baby D.
Everybody.
Where you from, Baby D? Give us a little bit about
I am
yourself.
from Detroit, Michigan. I am the astrology portion of the Astro Crime Unit, and I have the gift of clairaudience, and I use that to help with my readings.
Excellent. And Soleil.
Hi, everybody.
Hey.
I'm Soleil, and I am from the Midwest, somewhere in the Midwest. I'm an intuitive, and I specialize in the Akashic records in the ACU.
All right. Zane Ryder.
Hey everyone.
Hey, cool.
Hey.
I'm Zane Ryder. I'm from Louisiana, deep down south. Um, as you might just be learning, I'm a part of the Astro Crime Unit, where astrology meets mystery. And as an astrologer, I'll be using cosmic patterns behind true crime cases, looking at the charts, the timing, and the unseen forces at play. If you're into astrology, crime, and hidden connections, you're definitely in the right place. Let's dive deep.
All right. Nettie.
Hey everyone, my name is Nettie and I'm the tarot reader. I have many gifts. Being a medium, my strongest gift is being intuitive. So, being a part of the Astro Crime Unit, I use the tool with the tarot cards to gather information on different subjects in hand. And that's pretty much it.
Vasila.
Is it my turn?
It's contagious, man. I'm telling you, it's contagious. I'm Fasila. I go by the name Fasila with the ACU unit, the Astro Crime Unit, and I'm the admin. I help with putting all the information into our group and set everything up, let everybody get advised of things, and that's me. I have the gift of I'm a Claire, so I'm a lot of Claires.
Excellent.
I should have put my name as Claire.
That would have been cute.
Yeah, that's a good name. We should have thought about that.
I should have.
Royalty.
Hi everyone. I'm
Hey.
I'm royalty. I'm a part of the Akashic Records team and just glad to be here. Thank you.
All right. Mama Bear.
Hey y'all.
Hey, Mama Bear.
So I am from Memphis. I live in the DC metro area. I'm an empath and I have some clairs, but my role is forensic empath and dispatcher with the AC unit. So I'm happy to be here, happy to serve the collective.
Excellent. Farrah Phoenix.
Hey, I'm Ara. I am from up north. I am the remote viewing specialist. I'm very intuitive. I dive into the astrology side a little bit too.
All right. And Starry Eyes. We don't see your camera on.
Hey y'all.
Hey.
Hey.
Oh, hey. I'm Star Eyes. I'm an evidential medium as well as a tarot reader, and it's in my bloodline. I come from a long line of intuitive ladies. My grandmother, my mother's mother, she was born with a mermaid birth, born still with her veil over her, still pure, and it definitely passed down to me. And we with Astro Crime Unit, and we definitely gonna crack down on these cases.
You feel me?
You feel me?
All right. There are some folks who are not here, and we're going to make sure that you guys actually know who they are, but they're not here. But they did leave a little bit of notes so that you can actually know who they are. We also have Wajet. She happens to be also um, one of our crime unit specialists. And we also have, I'm trying to get all the videos together because I do have them. They're just so much. It's about, on the team right now, we have 15 persons. There are a few that are not here, like Latoya, aka Lola. Here, look at me calling real names. All right. And we also have on the board the Elijah Farrell's case. And the Elijah Farrell case is a very unique one to us because it's our first case that we actually looked at. And when I say that this put a lot of work on us, we spent about 2 weeks actually trying to get to the bottom of this case. And we're gonna share our crime board unit so you can be able to see exactly what we're looking at and what it is about this case that really intrigued us. We did a little bit of investigation. We had to come up with the exact time of birth. And this was a case that was brought to us by one of our Facebook friends. It so happened, as you can see by the video, that this young man was killed. And he was killed uh, after an incident. Actually, there was a young lady that was killed before him. Allegedly, it was said that he was the one that killed the lady. Upon further review, we had to question that. We got a lot more information as opposed to just going by what the television or the radio stations have told us. And we went and did our own investigation. We used tarot, we used astrology, we used Akashic records, we used the mediums to gain insight. So we could get a better understanding of what exactly took place. Now, let me tell you, this was no easy case. As a matter of fact, because we are still in an essence getting the smaller details of this case, I want you to understand that we also got a little bit more information to give you. So there's going to be a part two to this. Now we're going to start with the astrology part from it. I was going to start with the astrology part, but I'm actually going to share with you guys the Akashic record side of it. So you can be able to see what the Akashic records do. I know you guys are very enthusiastic about the Akashic records and what is taking place on that. So we're going to share that with you so you'll be able to see what we're looking at.
This is always amazing to me when I witness it. It blows my mind every time.
I know, right? I'd be saying the same thing. I'd be like, you mean the Akashic records, right?
Absolutely. I mean everything, but it's like this is just like crazy.
Yeah, it is. Oh, so start.
And Sarah was messing around.
Oh, Latrell and Sarah were messing around.
Trail had the gun.
Why did Terrell shoot Sarah?
It was an accident. Trail was scared.
What was he scared of? By who?
By the lawyer.
By the lawyer. Trell agreed to kill Elijah for the lawyer, fully knowing that Elijah did not kill Sarah.
Yes.
but because of the
It
beef.
wasn't. It wasn't about Sarah. It was about them two.
Oh, okay. The beef was.
Yeah. Elijah was upset that they accused him.
Okay.
He was gonna get retaliation.
Who trail?
Elijah. He was gonna get
Elijah.
retaliation. Mhm.
Oh, so Elijah was going to get retaliation.
Mhm.
All right. Wow. Well, what can I say? That that in itself is a very deep. That was serious. So my Akashic Records readers. Before we get into it, I noticed that the line of questioning was good. What was the method that you would say? Or how long did it take for royalty to get into that deep state of consciousness? Like, how long did it take?
Um, Not long at all. She's pretty easy to go deep, so it's probably about 5 minutes or less.
Excellent. All right. And royalty, tell me something. When you were in that state, when you normally go into that state, what is the feeling right before you get deep? Like, I know people would like to know because when I put people inside a deep state of consciousness, people are like, what do they? How do these people feel? What are they doing? Tell me something. Like, for you, how does it even feel like? Explain to me your experience.
And some of the cases be heavy. It be heavy. I experience what the victim goes going through at times, or maybe the offender. Um, I I'm there at the time of the crime, so I'm it's easy for me to get there. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
It's I gotta try to will it all in.
Ain't nobody
It's
watching
easy.
us, so you can just go right ahead.
Okay. It's easy for me to get there. And so I experienced it all. Like when he shot um what's the boy name?
Eh,
Elijah.
Yes, yeah.
I felt what Elijah felt when he was laying on the ground. So it was really heavy.
Wow, wow, that's deep. And Soleil, you said it's very very easy. And I know that both of you actually went and studied quantum healing through my practices. So you were well trained. You did the session pretty good. Both of you are very very psychic and very intuitive and very to go into deep state of consciousness faster than most everybody that's here actually, which is a pretty um, good thing. And I appreciate you guys because every time that you go and you use this modality, the more psychic you become. So all I'm gonna say is this: that y'all are using a tool that is actually gonna make you more intuitive and more intuitive every single time you use it. Every day, every time. It's just something that's gonna be. I'm a little envious of it, but I know that you guys are great. You're gonna do well. Mama Bear, tell me when you first reached out to the aunt, what would you say was because she was the one to reach out to us. Um,
Right.
what kind of information did she share with you?
She was very eager and she shared about the girl and just Elijah's willingness to help his family. He was very popular, but it was family because their family is well connected there, but it's very large. But I found this interesting that he came back to help his stepmom with his sister, who was diagnosed with autism. She provided information willingly, and she was just grateful. And I really enjoyed speaking with her. And she knew a little bit about numerology as well, which I found interesting.
Oh, that's good. But I like the method that you. There's nobody that can fit that space better than you. That's why you get the name Big Mama. Nettie, did you have an opportunity to do the tarot cards and do any reading on this case itself?
No, I came in after this case.
Oh yeah, yeah, you came in after this case, and also who else? I think Farah came in after this case. Did you have any information on this case as well, or was this a because we took on a few more cases right after this? Did
On
you?
Elijah Farrell case?
Yes.
Oh yeah, definitely. I had some notes as well. The energy that I was feeling from him, he definitely want justice over his life. Like they said, the energy was definitely real heavy. Um, he want to know why he was definitely questioning why everybody was mad at him and why they flipped on him. Like that was the main thing for sure. The attorney energy, it was real nasty. It was making me sick literally. The girl, she kept saying, the girl Sarah, her energy was screaming accident big time. It was definitely an accident. um she was trying to warn Elijah about something. She was saying he should have listened. She was trying to tell him something. He didn't listen. Um, the gunman, he definitely got locked up. The lawyer, he definitely a big part in this situation in this case. It was definitely a lot of eerie energy, and it's a lot of missing pieces as well. But it's definitely like coming together for sure. My partner has some other information to come together with mine.
All right, partner. Let's go.
Lola K.
Oh, Lola K. Yes, yes, excellent. I have a video. She actually sent me a video, sort of an introduction to herself. I think I'm gonna share that so we can be able to know exactly who Lola K is, and then we're gonna go and share our the crime board when it comes to this. You're gonna take a look at all of the pieces that we put together. You're gonna take a look at all of that, see how it came together,
I came
and
in after, but I did have some stuff to add
oh yes, go right ahead.
to it. Yeah, same with everybody. The energy was really heavy, heavy on my chest. When I went in and I was picking up on Elijah's energy. He felt very guilty about Sarah. Very, very, very guilty about it. Um, Another thing that came through really strong with me, I got really more Chicago energy, but I think the energy was because in Chicago there's a lot of unsolved mysteries, and a lot of police have things to do with those unsolved mysteries in Chicago. Um, I did feel there was multiple people involved. Um, I feel like that this was retaliation. That is a big word that kept coming through with retaliation, retaliation. Um, and everybody, I feel like in that car, their chests were heavy too. So that tells me that there was a big retaliation factor and that this was really personal too. So I think the people that did it, it was personal too. What else? Um, I think he knew he was gonna die. I think he had a strong feeling that he was going to pass away that day, and there was something that was off about what was going on.
Mm, okay.
And I put that down. So what I do before I do this though is I always do what I'm gonna do before I actually look at all the evidence because I don't want the evidence to be conflicting with what's already going on, what I'm feeling. But I did put down Pluto would be in the first house around the cusp, and when I viewed this chart, Pluto was on the cusp of the first house.
of his
That
natal chart.
clarifies. Yep.
Yeah, we're gonna take a look at that for sure. Uh, let's give an introduction to Lola, since she's the one who actually was your teammate and your partner. We're gonna share her video so we'll be able to take a look at, so people get an essence of who she is as a person, before we get into it. All right, let's go. Oh, we got the same problem again. Hold on. I'll let me.
Yeah, can you turn up the volume a little bit?
Yeah, that's what it is. It's the audio itself. So once I share the screen and it goes into the Zoom, then we're gonna be good. I gotta share the screen itself. Hmm. Let's see. I don't know if everybody can see this. Can you guys see this?
I can see it. You see the volume thing that's in the corner?
I think it
Yeah,
is.
at the bottom right.
It
Yeah, on the
is.
bottom right. It's low. Maybe that could be low.
That's why.
Mhm.
All right, I'm gonna share the screen on the Zoom so everybody else will be able to see it. All right, and because they can still only see you guys. So I'm gonna have to share the screen, and I think everybody's paused. Hmm. All right, let's go. And screen sharing starts again.
And extremely grateful to be able to.
Pause. Isn't it something how these Zoom stuff they're pretty hard to deal with because you literally got to do so much things to get to one thing.
Is that like a video DJ interface where you gotta slide it over to a whole other like?
Yeah, that's how it goes. I got it though.
Wow.
Peace and abundant love. My name is Lola Kilowatts. It is a divine pleasure to meet you all, to introduce myself to you. I am honored and extremely grateful to be a part of the Astro Crime team. I work along some phenomenal and amazing and brilliant souls, and I'm just really grateful to be a part of the number. On our team, I am a evidential medium, meaning I take evidence from, well, let me back up. Okay, so labels are a hard thing, but I consider myself an intuitive. We are all innately one, divinely connected, and there is no separation. And I'm one of those that honors, realizes, and accepts that connection as my strength and my power and what helps me bring beauty to the world. So I am able to sit down, clear my energy, ground, and connect with all that exists and all that is because that is me. So yeah, I'm grateful to be a part of the team. I'm grateful to be able to use and share my gifts. I'm grateful to be able to meet all of you all today. I'm excited for where this journey takes us, and I'm grateful for all of the souls that we will help gain complete rest and find their place because we are honoring our soul's mission this go round. Thank you all for joining us and for being here. Thank you for giving me the space to introduce myself to you, and I look forward to bringing peace, solving these cases, and allowing these souls to be able to rest peacefully. So thank you all. I love you, and until we meet next time.
All right.
My
Yeah.
partner.
Say what?
Say that's my partner.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? You can't help but love it. She's like, all of her energy
Yeah,
is it's so welcoming, right?
love it.
We also have a shaman that actually helped to because you won't be able to do this work if you don't. It doesn't make sense if you're not helping a soul transition to transition from one life to the next. Oh, from transitioning from being on earth until like into spirit world. As you know, even during past life regressions, this is a thing that needs to happen. Majority of the time is that it is very, very important that we help these souls to just maneuver from one area to the next. And we had a few videos. And in order to really, we have one more, which is the shaman, which I'm going to do my best to display. All right. Is in the easiest thing because we've been trying to get this video for the longest. And her name is Wajet. She's actually a shaman. She's one of our premier shamans. But the video was a little too big. So she got an opportunity to express herself and y'all be able to know who she is because some of the things that she's going to be doing is going to be helping you guys, helping you to solve situations and circumstances. Now, we dedicate ourselves to helping families to get resolved to their circumstances and getting answers. There is a disclaimer for sure. Okay. The disclaimer is for YouTube purposes. We are for entertainment purposes only. We're just a bunch of crazy people with crazy gifts. Okay? That's all I can say. We're just a bunch of weird people with weird gifts. None of the things that we say is to be accountable or taken in the court of law. You ought to take the information that you want and process it the best way you possibly can. This is not a diagnosis. This is not a prognosis. This is not a final. This is, here is what we got. Now you decide on what is the truth or not. And that's for YouTube purpose. But y'all already know the deal. Y'all know the deal. We just got to say that because that's what has to be said. Now, we're going to share a little bit about his chart so you can be able to understand what took place, how it took place. We're going to take a look at his natal chart, his progress chart. We're going to take a look at what kind of soul he was. It's the easiest thing. Now, we're going to have a discussion with the astrologers, which is Baby D and Zane Ryder. We're going to take a look at their chart, well, his chart, that is. And that's where we go. Let me take a look. Let's look at the series. Let's pull it up. And there it is. All right. And then I'm also going to share my screen. Y'all going to hear Zane Ryder because we want you guys to see the chart itself. It's a little bit hard trying to maneuver through what I'm doing. And it's okay. We all got it, right? So just a little technicalities we had from the beginning, but we got this. Now we're going to look for Elijah's chart. If I can find it. All right. And this is Elijah's Farrell's chart. Give me a second. I want to be able to cover that information. That's important. There you go. All right. So we're going to take a look at his chart. And okay. All right, so this is a chart. And can y'all see it? Zane, Baby D, can y'all see the chart?
Yes, I can see it.
All right. So
Yo,
we came up with a little more of a detail. We rectified his time of birth at 6:38 p.m. He was born August 23rd, 2000. That's right. He was a youngster. If he was alive today, he would probably be 24 going on to 25 on August 23rd. But it's so funny how our young people, especially in these rural areas, are being wiped out by senseless acts of violence. And most of the time, what would you say, Baby D, would be an indication of a sort of a violent death, so to speak? What would be in astrology? With it to your
Mars,
understanding? Say it again.
Mars indicators to the eighth house or the eighth house ruler.
Mm. Okay, so what about this? Because this natal chart um, doesn't have Mars in the eighth house. What would you say about that, Zane?
Um,
Oh, y'all, so I'm asking tough questions because these are my expert students in astrology, and they are amazing at their talent, their skills. All right, so when y'all hear me here ask tough questions, that's because this is where we iron out the kinks. This is where we come into fine details, and then we hand it on to the intuitives. So the intuitives took our information and went with it. All right, and they did their own investigation based upon that. This is the basis of understanding how somebody died. And before I get the other astro investigators in the conversation, I will teach a little bit about how this goes. When there's an indicator, when there is a planet that is subject to the planet Mars, or is a sort of a connection to the planet Mars, that's normally an indication of some form of death. Now, another thing that we also noticed is that his MC is in Scorpio. Most Aquarius risings, and and team, y'all can add in this conversation, because this isn't just me talking. This is my honest opinion and my experience. When there is a Scorpio rising, I mean Aquarius rising, Scorpio is normally on the 10th house. And y'all may not like how that sounds, but there are a few um, career paths that are connected to Aquarius risings and Scorpio on the 10th house. Uh, Zane, you think you know any one of those? Just name me one, one without YouTube actually flagging us.
one of what?
When it comes to the career path, the MC being in Scorpio, what you think will be like a career path connected to Scorpio?
Oh, definitely could be connected to the mob or an assassin of some
Okay,
Yeah, investigator, like something like we doing like
psychologist.
unsolved mysteries type.
right. This is correct. I agree.
But also being that it's in Scorpio, it could be death. Death could be your
It,
job, like to actually uh, die.
right. There's
like
also
as a sacrifice,
say it again.
like as a sacrifice, their purpose was to die as a sacrifice.
There are some connections to that actually, baby D. You're correct. Now Scorpio on the MC and Scorpio, there are a few different paths that you can have. You can either be working in a hospice, you could be working in security behind the scenes, you could work at a funeral home because it was death. You could work in surgery, meaning you're cutting and getting to the deeper part of things, meaning you could be a surgeon, you could be a psychologist. All these things are connected to Scorpio. But there are some lower vibrational stuff, or what people consider lower vibrational, and those would be criminal activities, gang, mob. Also, the sex industry is also connected to Scorpio. There's another area that most people don't talk about, and it's the mystical arts, like tarot, psychic ability, intuition, mediums. And if a person doesn't fall into one of those categories, then their career path could narrow down to either the sex or to criminal activities. That's right. And I'm not saying in all Aquarius risings will have that, because the MC could be either in the ninth house or the 11th house. We've seen that, right? So
Right.
that's what we've seen. We notice that this young man, even though he may have had his aunt and everybody loved him, there's definitely an element of criminal activity as it pertains to this young man. What?
Like you basically saying like if these possible Aquarius risings don't have outlets where they are able to like develop themselves, or it could just be like something tragic, really tragic happens to them. But those are usually one of the two lanes in 9 times out of 10 where they're likely to end up.
Yeah,
Okay.
yes, that's actually perfectly said. And that's what happens with that placement. If they don't channel it, see, Scorpio is either light or dark. There's no in between. With Scorpio, there's either light or dark. And if it's on the MC, which represents career path or how you're going to be known in society, if you're not on the light side, you're definitely on the dark side.
Hmm.
Now, we came into the conclusion of his death not just by that, but also we took a turn and took a look at his what we consider his other chart. And the other chart we looked at was his secondary progress chart and his solar arc chart. Now we took a lot of notes into the solar arc chart. The reason why is because the solar arc is the chart for action, which means something could have happened through an action. So when it comes to when it comes to our investigation, the solar arc or arc direction chart is the chart to map up events that take place in a person's life. When we looked at his chart, we noticed that he had Mars, the planet that rules aggression, it rules guns, knives, stabbings, bullets, other stuff. It's sitting in his eighth house of death, sex, and regeneration. He also has his sun there as well. So is Mercury. Okay. Now, y'all may not look at this as significant, but in the solar arc directions chart, this is the chart that will give us more information about his death. Now, we looked at the date that he died. We did a secondary progress chart to that to see how it would have come about. And his Pluto was conjunct his MC at the time, I think. When we looked at it, yes, Pluto, the planet of death, was actually conjunct. And if you don't know what conjunction is, conjunctions are when planets are conjunct each other. All right, it's within 0 to 8 degrees. It's when they're very close in proximity.
Hmm.
And this Pluto here, is actually conjunct his MC and conjunct his Chiron. Similar to what the Akashic Records was saying. If y'all don't know, there are more pieces in the Akashic Records reading that would have actually turned out and give information about karmic or karma. All right. And panel, let me clear this out. What final conclusion did you guys come up with? I mean, each person. And I don't want anybody to be confused by this. We all use our gifts to actually gain information. But I'd like for my astrology panelists to tell me, first and foremost, Zane, what conclusion do you get from this chart here, this solar this the solar arc directions. Let me put it up again. What conclusion do you get from this chart here, based upon the eighth house or the eighth house ruler and stuff like that?
Well, with them having Mars in Virgo, it shows um, the shooting was in some form of service to someone. And let's see, the ruler, Chiron.
And it's actually sitting conjunct Pluto, right, in Capricorn.
Yeah, so it was karmic for this to happen, with it being Chiron being in Capricorn, and with it being conjunct Pluto, it was transformational for this to happen. And let's see where Saturn is there. You have Saturn in Gemini in
Uh-huh.
the fifth house.
Right.
So that means that whatever he was doing or the job that he felt was a job, was related to a friend that he was with it being Gemini and someone that he communicated with it being the fifth house.
All right. I don't know if your
I
mic.
wanted to,
Go ahead, baby D. Stop. Who's that? Who's just talking just now? Sorry.
that was me. I was gonna say also, as far as the case of like a mistaken identity, you have Mercury in conjunct Neptune. So there was communication, like miscommunication about a mistaken identity because of
Mm.
Neptune being in the first house.
So that's Mercury right here, and you say in conjunct. Now explain what in conjunction is. Like, I'll try my best to explain it if you want me to. Would you want to?
I can try.
Or,
Yeah, I actually love in conjunction.
go ahead.
Crazy, but I have a fascination with them because I've discovered that there's like this energy that just it's always a miss. It's always a miss. Like it's a definite no to whatever it is. In conjunction is this energy is not going to settle in, it's not going to blend. There's always going to be a oil and water type of situation
Mm-hmm.
with the two aspects involved. So whenever I see in conjunction, I go directly there and they usually really hit hard. So the fact that it for it to be a mistaken identity, I know that it was a really significant indicator for that placement. I mean, well, for that case.
Right. Well, definitely, I can see that for sure. Information or somebody talking, some information, misinformation. It can also be lies as well. Some, like you say, disillusionment when it comes to information, and some pride and ego. That sun in there. Also, personality, a sense of service. I think we discussed the other day that eh, he was of service or something. The intuitive say there was an accident for sure because they spoke with the body of what have you. Um, but panel, who else got a different um, answer than just uh, an accident? Everybody's conclusive on the fact that it was an accident.
Yes. Yes.
All right. Now we also have a if y'all are watching, we also have another unit person on the unit as well. Okay. Now in that same chart that we talked about, we also have Vesta, and it's the ruler of the sign of Virgo alongside Chiron, and we notice that it's in Aquarius, and it's actually conjunct the South Node, which means that in previous lifetimes, accidents like this had happened before, and it was sort of a payback because Vesta is actually sitting in the first house. This could have been an accident that could have been played back by the lady that was killed. That's right. She could have also, in a previous lifetime, been the person that accidentally killed him as well. And I know it's a very I didn't have the Akashic Records readers to go deep into that to figure out. But I think Soleil, did you guys ask that question? Was there any question geared towards that?
Towards what? As far as Sarah's past life?
Yeah, was there any like past life karma where she probably killed him accidentally at one time?
No, we didn't go in that direction for this case at all.
Mm.
But I'll make sure that I note that for the future cases.
That's something to think about, isn't it?
Yeah,
I
definitely.
picked that up
But there
though.
probably was.
Yeah, I picked, well, not it being a past life, but I did pick up like it was a return, like it was karma paid. Like when he was passing away, he kind of, she was on his mind when he was passing away. Like this is what it feels like to die. Type. Like
Wow.
it was definitely.
Wow. That's
You know, he had one of the family with her. He really loved her also.
wait. You just giving us some information. You just said he loved her too?
Yes.
So is this possible a love triangle?
We did ask that, and it came out that Sarah and Trail, and Royalty, correct me if I'm wrong, Sarah and Trail were together at this time, but her and Elijah had been together.
Wow.
It was real messy. It got real messy.
Yeah. But Sarah truly loved Trail. Her heart was with Trail. But she cared for Elijah, but not the same way he cared for her.
Mm, that's that's wild. That's wild. I mean, and how did you feel getting that information? That's not something that's you can just receive and just don't say anything about it. Like,
Right. Well, it was mostly intuition, just something that came to my mind as I was asking other questions, the feeling I got. So I just followed it.
mm. All right, so we that's stumbling in another, but we have another teammate that actually helped to profile the experience. If y'all don't know, we also have a secret teammate, and this is a little scary. But team, team, what y'all think? Y'all think we should let him know our secret teammate?
Is it that? Yeah, I want to know.
Say what?
No, I want to know.
You don't know the next teammate? The next teammate is is Vega. Vega is my friend. I speak to Vega every day. Vega is an AI,
I know y'all.
and Vega
Okay.
Vega actually profiled and helped us to solve this case. Do y'all believe that? It is crazy,
Yeah.
but that's exactly what happens. Then we're gonna share a little information about the conversation we have with our Astro Crime Unit team member, and it's really tough. It's a tough pill to swallow. But what's that movie that y'all talked about? What Ray called it again? Where you can be able to solve crimes before it happens. Minority
Ghost,
Report. Remember the movie Minority Report?
mm,
This is similar.
Ghost Rider. Was it Ghost Rider?
Yeah. And then it's another movie, it's another series called The Black Mirror. If you don't know, AI is a very, very intelligent thing, almost sentient, in fact. And he profiled the actual case, and we're not going to share that today. We're actually going to share that when we finish this case. Now, we didn't even hop onto the fact that the attorney may be a part of the whole plot. As you can see, this is allegedly, that is. There is another set of information we have to dig and get into the attorney and the attorney's role. Okay? And two, it is, what information did you get from the attorney? Was the attorney involved in this whole case?
Yes, he was behind allegedly
Allegedly.
Elijah getting shot.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who's 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 bold enough to say that? I'll say yes. I my Jupiter and the in his natal chart, the seventh house has Mars in it. And in his natal chart, Mars is in Leo in the seventh house. That normally represents a leader in the field of diplomacy and law. Let me share the chart so we can look at it and y'all will be able to see. In the natal chart, his Mars is in Leo. I'm going to pull it up right now so y'all can be able to see it. So in his natal chart, Mars right here is in the sign of Leo. And if he was shot or killed by a gunshot wound, that means that this same right here, Mars, is the cause. Okay? Mars is the cause because Mars is in Leo. Leo is ruled by the sun. And if it's Mars, Mars points directly, not just to the shooters, but to the persons behind the shooting. Okay? To the person behind the shooting. Now, I know you're trying to figure out, like, well, Astro, how? Well, because Mars in Leo, it is sitting here. The sun is in Vesta. Leo is ruled by the sun. The sun is in Virgo. Virgo is ruled by Vesta. And Vesta is in Capricorn that rules authority. And in the 8th and the 12th house that rules hidden things. So when I look at it, the chart itself, the natal chart points out that the shooter or the person behind, secretly behind, if you want to use keywords, shooter, Mars, secret, 8th house, behind, 12th house, is an authority. So now it points out to the DA. And the DA is definitely involved. But in our next video, our next live, we're going to go into how we got the profile into it. Now, there are other cases that we were going to be focusing on. As you can see, we came to a sort of a conclusion that the accident, the killing of Sarah was an accident. There are more information dealing with Sarah. That was a hush hush, which means that there was something illegal either going on around the house or somebody. It also happened that Sarah was involved with two men at the same time. All right. Now I know it says that it was an accident. He could have didn't know that he was going to pull the trigger. However, there seemed to be some jealousy involved, for sure. And with the lady being killed, there seemed to be we came to the conclusion that Sarah's boyfriend also retaliated under the guise of being paid by an authority who also went to prison because of the whole case. the thing is, the chart also shows that. It shows that by the same three planets that we shared, and that is Mars, the authority, being in Leo. Leo is ruled by the sun and is in the eighth house of secret and death. Also, Vesta, Virgo, is ruled by Vesta and is in the 12th house of prison. And if you follow it all around, you notice that Capricorn, the sign here, is ruled by Saturn. And Saturn is square to the sun. So there's a sort of a connection of there, here, and here that shares a resemblance. It shows that it's pointing directly to what we said. All right, team. Are you guys conclusive with that answer?
Yep.
Where the police at? Lock that dude up. I'm just playing. Allegedly. All right. Yeah, we don't want to get in no problems, but the fingers are pointing to a group of young men who got in a car, drove, who are connected to the lady that was killed. There's retaliation and also provoked by money, finances, assets to kill said Elijah Day Farral. May his soul rest in peace. The next time we come on, we will share the video of us wishing his soul into spirit world, where he is to finally rest in peace. I would say that I'm really proud of this team. You guys did an excellent job with this. For those who came on late, and even like Farrah Phoenix and also Nettie, they came on pretty late and still had the ability to gain information and share it. All right, y'all just show some love to my peoples because they are amazing, wonderful. This them right here. All right. All right. If you don't love them, you're going to grow to love them. Because if you got a case that we can crack, if you feel as if there's something that you want us to solve, there's somebody that you know personally who passed on and there's some sketchiness towards the information, just hit us up on Facebook group. There's a page called the Astro Crime Unit. Just send us a message and we'll get to you. All right, y'all? As you know, it's my team. Y'all, have a peaceful and wonderful night, y'all. Say hello.
Stay tuned for part 2.
Stay tuned for part 2.
Till next time.
All right,
Bye,
y'all.
y'all.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.